What is up everyone, Movie back again with another video, and today is going to be a Batman locations video for the movie The Batman from 2022. Now I live in Liverpool and some of these locations that were filmed in the movie are literally on my doorstep. It's like a 10 or 15 minute drive away to most of them. And there's about 5 or 6 locations here that I had access to. Now I'm only including the ones from Liverpool. Like I said, that's where I live. There are some from Glasgow and London as well, but I'm not going to include them in this video. These are just the ones from Liverpool. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is because personally, I wanted to go and see them myself just to, have the memories in my head and picture Robert Pattinson where he was at the time and stuff like that and other characters in the movie. But the other part of it, of course, is with you guys in mind. Now, I thought some of you may be interested in this because it is a hugely popular film. And it just might be a little bit of fun for you guys. Now, do keep that in mind. This is my first ever locations video. I've never done one of these before. And I've only ever done a couple of out and about videos. So there are people on YouTube who are absolutely amazing at this stuff. But I will try to do this video to the best of my ability. I've done a bit of research and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that these locations are accurate. Maybe one of them is a little bit vague in my mind. But more on that when I get to it. But I do hope that you enjoy this video. So just keep it in mind, it is my first. So let's get going with the start of my vlog from yesterday. So we are on our way to film some Batman movie locations here. Most of it is in the city centre. And I think there's one outside of it, which is the cemetery, which I'll do last. But we're going to start by St. George's Hall, I think, but more on that when we get there. But I am sitting in the back here because Roman has to sit in the front. Say hi, Roman. And we have Sam driving. She can't really look because she's driving, but she's going to be the camera woman today. So if there's any shaky Paul Greengrass moments, oh, just went over a bump there. Just as I said that, coincidental. Blame her. So I'll see you all in a minute. Okay, so in the background there we do have our first location. We've just parked the car up and we're walking ahead there now. That is St. George's Hall, that big museum type looking building. I like going past this way because I go past one of my favourite stores which sells lots of comics and pop vinyls, and you'll see it in just a sec. But that is where we are headed and I'll be getting closer for sure. But here it is, worlds apart, next to me there. And there's some Batman pop vinyls to get in the mood. Okay, so I am just on top of the Lime Street station steps here, the biggest train station in Liverpool. And unfortunately there are some roadworks, but we won't let them get in the way of our video. And I'm just zooming in there because there's a few locations that we're going to visit apart from St. George's Hall, which I'll get more in depth on in just a minute when we get next to them. But I'm just going to insert a picture here now, of me on the set in October 2020. Well, as close to the set as I could get. So let's head on over there. So we are at our first location, St. George's Hall. I do apologise, it is a very windy day here. If the sound gets in the way or whatever, I do apologise for that, but I'll do my best. Now this is in the movie where they had the letters broke, just written on these pillars here, one each letter for each pillar. And it's like a 2-second shot in the film. You might even remember it, but it's just where one of the criminals with the face paint and stuff at the start of the movie just comes round one of the pillars there. Now I was here in October 2020 and I actually got a picture with the letters on. They'll pop on the screen now, because I actually visited the set, of course, way back then, and it was just really nice to see it in the movie. But believe it or not, a lot of these locations are right next to each other here. So at the front of this St George's Hall is going to be where Robert Pattinson actually gets out of the car on the mayor's funeral. So we're going to head right there now. Just after that, I will do a one-shot take of how close all these locations are. So we'll head on over there now, and after 3 or 4 of these locations, I'll do a one-shot take for you guys. So let's head on over to the front. Okay, so this is St George's Hall, where it is Gotham City Hall in the movie, where it is the mayor's funeral. And if you remember in the film, there's lots of journalists around, police everywhere and stuff. And remember, there's actually an overhead shot of this in the movie from a helicopter. But this is where Robert Pattinson, just on this road here, actually got out the car, and I think he put some flowers down in the movie or something. But there was hundreds of people just over there cheering when he got out the car. It was all over the news and everything. And on them steps there, he has a conversation just before he goes in with Oswald Cobblepot and John Turturro's character. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Carmine Falcone, is it? And this is all before the Riddler sets a trap for Gil, who's got the bomb strapped to him and stuff, and it says "to the Batman." I don't entirely sure if that was all filmed in there, but everything that happens just before that is here. So when Robert Pattinson gets out the car and stuff, it's all right here filmed, and everyone was just going crazy. So we'll go a little bit further up the steps so you can have a closer look. Now I am quickly just going to slow this clip down, because if you see that Empire Theatre in the background, there is a clip been released online of Robert Pattinson walking past that, so maybe we'll get the full version on the Blu-ray or the 4K. Thanks for those who pointed it out for me. This is actually Wellington Square in Liverpool, which acts as Gotham Square in the movie. Now, believe it or not, this is at the start where it's Halloween, and with all the TV screens behind, that is actually there. You would not believe that, would you? But it just shows you how much edit and stuff goes into it. But when I was here, you could actually see all the screens on that building behind us. But it's hard to believe that the whole backdrop of Gotham is over that side and over that side as well in the movie. But you might remember the spire. It's amazing to think that this is the same place, but it actually is, because I came here and seen it film myself, and remember they had, all the fake rain and stuff going above, people with the umbrellas and everything. And this does actually appear a few times in the movie, but more notably at the start, where we're just having a little bit of a tour of Gotham when Batman is actually narrating and talking about, the criminals being fearful of him. But yeah, that is actually Gotham Square. So this is the Walker Art Gallery in Liverpool, and this is actually Gotham Central Hospital, where Alfred has to go after he picks up the note that is intended for Bruce Wayne from the Riddler. And he sort of blows up there early, but he does obviously survive in the movie. And we have some interactions with Robert Pattinson, aka Bruce Wayne, and Alfred in the movie. But this is where it's meant to take place. I'm not entirely sure if it's filmed inside there. I highly do doubt that. But this is the exterior of Gotham Central Hospital. Okay, so this is actually Gotham Courthouse. I think this appears quite a lot on the news reports when they're talking about the big, the big case where they busted all the mafia bosses, Maroni and stuff like that. And yeah, this is basically just a couple of shots in the movie. I don't remember it being in the film too much, but with the Penguin TV show coming soon, and obviously there is going to be a sequel, I can see some of these locations being used again. It would be really exciting to see these get filmed here again, because obviously they're going to be using the same city and stuff, and I would, I'd love to go and get some future content on that if Matt Reeves decides to visit Liverpool. But we're going to see Gotham Central Police Department next. But before that, I will just do a whole one-shot take of how close these locations are. It's quite unbelievable how close together these actually are. You probably won't believe it, but we'll just have that coming right now. Just a little slowdown again here now. If you can see the distance there, them two buildings with the birds on top, they are the Liver buildings, and that is going to be our next location. So that is a bit further away from these locations. Behind me is the Royal Liver buildings, one of the best known landmarks or famous known landmarks in Liverpool, and this is actually Gotham City Police Department. Now if you remember in the movie where Robert Pattinson actually hits Commissioner Gordon, well he's not actually Commissioner yet in the movie, but he hits Gordon and fires himself up to the top and then just jumps off it when all the cops are chasing him. But that is it behind me there, Gotham City Police Department, and I will go and film and get a closer look. But yeah, this appears a couple of times in the movie, and there's a moment where you can just see the clock behind me that appears really close up in the film as well. So we'll go and get a closer little look right now. Final location now, and this happens at the end of the movie. More on this in a minute, but I really like this little video clip I got just walking through there, and there's a quick image of Batman and Catwoman when they were on set. I did visit here when it was all going on, and they were stuntmen, but it was good to just be up close. But let's hear more about this location in just a second. Actually Anfield Cemetery. Now I have tried to research this online, and my thinking at the end of the film is when Batman and Catwoman are on the motorbikes. I'm not sure if they went through that gate there, and I've tried to research it. Some contradict themselves and say it's Glasgow Cemetery, and some of them say it's Anfield Cemetery. and it does kind of look to me like it is that archway there. Now when they were filming here, Batman and Catwoman in stunt doubles actually went through them gates, so I'm kind of thinking that it might be that, but I do apologise if I am wrong there. But this is definitely the cemetery where, you know, they filmed some of the bike scene anyway, and I came to see this when it was filmed here, so I hope that is correct. But if not, there's one last cemetery and the path where they came down on their motorbikes. Okay everybody, I hope you all enjoyed that locations video. I had a lot of fun going to see these and, you know, checking some locations out and getting some film. It's inspired me to do more of these out and about locations videos actually. So I may do some more of these when I'm going on Blu-ray hunts or whatever. But I really do hope you all enjoyed the video. Please let me know down below how I did. Did you notice a few of these locations when I went to them? Did you remember them in the movie? If you leave the comments down below, we can have a good discussion about that. So thank you so much everyone. Please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. It would really mean the world to me and help me out a ton. Take it all easy guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.